Everyone's doing it. I gotta do it too. So yes, I am making a video on sourdough starter and bread. And I've already been messing around with it for a few days now. Here's a starter I've been working on. It's really fun. It's addicting. It really is. Now, I'm not claiming to be a master at this at all, really. I'm just showing you what I've learned about making this stuff. I think I'm doing pretty okay at it.
Come on in. Oh, very nice. Do not move to a smaller room, sir. This is the elevator. It takes you to the floor where your room is.
Okay. Okay. So, we're gonna be going over starters here. I'm gonna go over the first one, which is probably the easiest, which is a POOLISH. A POOLISH is a starter that is just made up of flour and water. That's it. Get yourself a scale. Okay, look, get yourself a scale. You're gonna need one because you're a baker now. Some sort of container, a jar is good. And then you just wanna do equal parts of flour to water. So let's just start, say, 20 grams of flour, and then we'll just do 20 grams of warm water. Now you might be asking yourself, like, how does this even work? Like, there's no yeast in here. What this is it's just absorbing all the yeast in the air, because there's yeast in the air, believe it or not. Now here's one of my little babies I've been working on for about, when did I do this? Like a few days ago. So this is just a whole wheat starter. This one is a little different. It's got some AP, it's got some wheat flour, and it's just also water and a little bit of yeast. This one is really nice for some whole wheat breads. I'm using it in the recipe that we're doing today. Once your starters are pretty much ready and established, all you do is just keep them in the fridge, and every day you pull them out, feed them with equal parts flour and water. Okay, well, scratch that. Before that, when you pull them out of the fridge, you want to take out maybe 25 to 50% of the starter and throw it away. And then you're going to add in flour, water, equal parts, and just keep doing that process daily. Now, if you have friends or family that would like to make bread, this is a good time to go ahead and save that starter and give it to them, since you're throwing it away daily. I'm just gonna do 450 grams of AP flour and 100 grams of whole wheat flour. Come on, 100, come on. There we go, 105, good enough. I always keep my yeast in the freezer. And about 2 grams of yeast. We want 15 grams of salt. That's a generous pinch. Just go ahead and mix that up really good. All right, we got some water. That's at about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. We don't want it to be too hot because then that'll kill the yeast. About 380 grams of that. I've got my starter right here. You're gonna need about 150 grams of your starter. All right, 150 grams equals 2 big spoons. All right, that's it for measuring. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pour the water into the big bowl with the starter. And you wanna use a wooden spoon to just go ahead and break up that starter into the liquid. Now we're just gonna go ahead and add the dry to the wet. We're gonna sort of do it like a well method. I don't know if you guys don't know what that is. That's just like when you do pasta on a surface and you have like a well of flour, you sort of whisk it in slowly. That's kind of what we're doing here. So just sort of mix it with your wood spoon until it comes together. Then we're just gonna switch to a rubber spat or a scraper. You wanna kind of smash it in on each fold just to make sure it's all getting incorporated. Look at that, we're baking, people. It may look like it's dry right now, but once you keep working it, it will end up getting pretty sticky. Now we just want to transfer it to a clean bowl, and we're gonna just cover this with a towel, let it sit at room temp for 40 minutes. All right, 30 minutes have passed. Now we're just gonna do our first stretch and fold. So I've got a mixture here of some semolina and flour. That's 1 part semolina to 5 parts flour. Go ahead and do a light dust. Just go ahead and stretch it like maybe into a rectangle. And then we're gonna fold it horizontally and then vertically. And the whole reason we're doing this is because we're developing a crumb. It's gonna be a nice, like almost spongy, soft bread. So fold it like that, then like that. And we're gonna flip it, fold it like that, and then like that. And we're just gonna sort of fold it in or pinch it in like this. There you go, nice ball. Go ahead, seam side down, back into the bowl. Cover it with a towel and walk away for another 40 minutes. Then we'll repeat this process. Okay, so we're on to our second fold. So what I'm gonna do is the same thing as before. Go ahead and stretch your dough, and then fold it once, and twice, flip it, fold it once, and fold it twice. And just sort of pinch it into itself from the bottom to form a little ball. Into the bowl, seam side down, and just cover it with a towel, and we're gonna let it rest for another 40 minutes. Then we'll pull it out and do this again for the final time. All right, same thing. As you can see, the dough has risen quite a bit. It's starting to look pretty good. Stretch, stretch, then fold. We need to tighten this dough up. So we're just gonna go ahead and cup our hands, flour them of course, and then just roll the dough towards yourself. Just do that until the dough tightens up quite a bit. Just sort of roll it and push and tuck. Okay, and now we're gonna throw it in the fridge for about 10 to 14 hours. It takes patience to make bread, people. So I got a medium-sized bowl here. What I'm gonna do is the towel method. I'm just gonna do kitchen towel over the bowl. If you have one of those really nice wicker, like spiral bread baskets, you already know what to do, that's perfect. But I don't, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do a kitchen towel, and then that semolina flour mix, generously, like a good amount in there. The seam side is gonna be up, so just slowly drop that in there. Just sort of wrap it up, drop in the fridge. All right, see you tomorrow. Okay, it's about 12 hours later or something. As you can tell, it's darker. It's later on in the day. So got the bread out of the fridge, and I'm just gonna let it sit here for about an hour while the oven is preheating. You wanna go ahead and get yourself a cast iron Dutch oven. I'm using one of these Staub Coquette Dutch ovens, and it's really nice. Just toss that in the oven while it's preheating to 500. Then we're gonna go ahead and put our bread into that. Then we wanna just get, so if you have a wood paddle, like a pizza paddle, that'd be perfect. I don't, I'm just gonna use this like wood plank I have here. So just go ahead and dust that generously. And then be very delicate. We're gonna go ahead and put the bread onto that surface. Oh man, this looks nice. So just very delicately set it on the surface. And I can hear the bread deflating. That's really weird. I didn't know it did that. Okay, anyways, just gonna score the bread. You can do this kind of how you want. Usually you just do it down the middle. That's it. So I'm gonna do a little score on the side here. And I'll probably do some on this side too. Why not? Careful with that, that's gonna be hella hot. Okay. Now just carefully drop it in there. Immediately into the oven. Okay, I threw it in the oven, and then I just went ahead and lowered the temperature from 500 Fahrenheit to 450 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna let this go for 30 minutes. Once that timer goes off, I open the oven, I take the lid off, and then I just turn the Dutch oven a little bit, and then set the timer for about 20 minutes. Okay, now that the 30 minutes has passed, we're gonna go ahead and remove the lid. It should look golden brown like this. Go ahead and leave it in there, give it a turn, toss it back in for another 20 minutes until it gets a dark, deep, rich color. Oh, that's hot. And would you look at that? That is probably the best looking loaf I've made. Stunning, beautiful. Bread, we made bread. Go ahead and dry it out. Well, not dry it. What are we calling this? Cool it off. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. It's late. All right. Ooh, that's hot. Nice. Go ahead and cool this off on a rack just like this, and there you go. Congratulations, you've made bread. It can get addicting. This is some more bread I have here. I've been doing it like crazy. So I'm probably going to do a video after this on how to use your bread that's left over. Thinking maybe stuffing or bread pudding or something, we'll see. Thank you so much for watching the video. Go ahead and make the stuff, let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below if you have any more questions on this, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next one.